Good morning and welcome, USA Wager Sports Brief. I am your host, as always, here on the USA Wager Sports Brief, Rodney Knuppel. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning, Tuesday, October 26, 2021. And we turn the page to yet another day of exciting sports. The World Series starts tonight. World Series Game 1. We're going to finish with that today. We're going to finish with the World Series talk. We will start with the NFL game from last night. What a snoozer. Sunday night and Monday night, both bad football games, just not very good football games. Not really all that exciting. I guess if you liked defense, if you liked bad quarterback play, that was what you got last night. In the NFL game, the Monday night football game, saw the Saints beat the Seahawks 13-10. I guess the only good news is Pete Carroll's team is pretty much dead at 2-5, 0-3 at home. We're like 5 back of Arizona, so they got no chance at the division. Several teams ahead of them for a wild card. Pete Carroll and the Seahawks in big trouble. Alvin Kamara, big day, 128 yards, but via the pass, 51 yards on the ground. He was the offense for the Saints. Jameis Winston, 222 and a touchdown, but just 19 of 35 in the game. Saints, 4-2 on the season. Good win for them. We moved ahead to Week 8 on Thursday. It is a great game scheduled for Thursday, but possibly without Davante Adams for Green Bay, as he was put on the COVID list. That's obvious. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. We'll keep our eyes on that. See what happens with that news. Arizona now a 6-point favorite with the total of 51 without Davante Adams. Going to be a betting nightmare because you know the Packers are going to compete, but without Davante Adams, man, I don't know. Arizona 7-0 on the season, 3-0 at home, total 51. Sunday, some of our best games of the day. Kind of some gross action, actually. Steelers at Browns, Titans at Colts, Patriots at Chargers, Buccaneers at Saints, 325, Cowboys at Vikings Sunday night. Gross, not a very good schedule in the NFL. Raiders, Ravens have the bye this week. All right, that's the NFL. Let's move into the NBA. There obviously were games last night. There's games every day now in the NBA. Really excited that the NBA is back and here. Let's go over yesterday's scores and kind of the big news from the NBA. Celtics needed a big fourth quarter, tied the Hornets, and then won in overtime. Won the overtime 18-7. Hornets took their first loss. Jason Tatum with 41 points. Miles Bridges, 25 for the Hornets. Celtics now 2-2. Bucks went to 3-1. Giannis 30, 10, and 9, almost triple-double, as the Bucks beat the Pacers 119-109. Pacers can't stop anybody. Hawks scored 122 points. Trae Young had 32 in the game. Hawks 122, Pistons 104. Nets beat the Wizards 104-90. Kevin Durant with a game-high 25 points. Heat beat the Magic 107-90. Jimmy Butler, 36 points for Miami. They're 2-1 on the season. Bulls are 4-0. DeMar DeRozan had 26 in his return to Toronto. Fred VanVleet, 15 points, 17 assists, but missed a 3 at the buzzer with the chance to send it to overtime. Timberwolves fell to the Pelicans. Pelicans finally win their first game. Jonas Valanciunas, been fantastic. 22 points, 23 rebounds in the game. Pelicans, 107. Timberwolves, 98. Cavaliers, big win for Cleveland. Jared Allen, 21-16. Nikolai Jokic, 24-19. But Cavaliers, 99-87, or 2-2 on the season. Good win for Cleveland and Denver. And the Clippers absolutely demolished the Timberwolves last night, 116-86. Didn't get a chance to follow the end of that Clippers game last night, but was following it till it became a blowout because I had a parlay that obviously over Zubac and some of his props, and he beat him 10 points. He had 9.5 was his prop, 8 rebounds, 7.5 was his prop. And he had 4 assists. I had him at over 3.5. So all of those won. But my other side of it was Nasir Little over 9.5 points. He had 10. But then Joseph Nurkic, who only played 23 minutes in the game and needed him at 15 points and 11 rebounds. He had 4 points and 10 rebounds. So did not hit last night. Obviously, if that game's a little more competitive, maybe it has a chance, but that is the way it goes. Tuesday, the 26th of October in the NBA, 76ers at the Knicks. Both teams are 2-1. Knicks are -1.5 at home. Warriors at the Thunder. Warriors -9.5 on the road. 3-0 versus 0-3. Keep your eye on the Thunder in that one. They've been blown out, but I think they compete tonight. Rockets at the Mavericks. Mavericks -10.5. Luka scoring 22.5 a game. Christian Wood's been good for Houston, but the team's not very good. Lakers at the Spurs. Lakers -3.5 on the road. I just don't think the Spurs are any good. I'll take the Lakers in that one. And the Nuggets are in Utah to take on the Jazz. Jazz are -7. Nuggets playing second of back-to-back, and that is your NBA slate for Tuesday, the 26th of October. Let's move to the National Hockey League. More hockey last night. The St. Louis Blues picked up their 5th straight win. They're 5-0 on the season. They didn't use Jordan Binnington. Billy Husso picked up the win for the Blues. That was the last game of the night. Blues now 5-0. Kings 1-4-1. Vladimir Tarasenko, 2 goals for St. Louis. Blue Jackets been off to a good start. They beat the Stars 4-2. Blue Jackets 4-2, Stars 3-3. Hurricanes also 5-0. They beat the Maple Leafs 4-1. Flames beat the Rangers 5-1 in New York. Jacob Markstrom was good for Calgary. They're 3-1-1 on the season. Panthers 6-0. They beat the Coyotes. Coyotes are bad. They're 0-5-1 on the season. Panthers 5, Coyotes 3. Capitals scored 7 goals, including 4 in the first. TJ Oshie with a hat trick in the game. 7-5 Capitals over the Senators. Senators 2-4 on the season. And the Sabres, big win over the Lightning. Lightning off to a slow start, 2-3-1 on the season. Sabres scored 3 1/3 and beat the Lightning 5-1. Big win for Buffalo. It's nice to see Buffalo a little bit back. We'll see how long that can last. They've won 4 of their first 6 games and picked up an extra point with an overtime loss. All right, tonight, Flames at Devils, 6 o'clock. Devils -120 with a total of 6. Lightning at the Penguins, rematch of opening night. Lightning -130 with a total of 5.5. 2 struggling Western Conference teams. Golden Knights at the Avalanche. Colorado's -175 with a total of 6. Sharks at the Predators. Nashville's -135, total of 6. The Wild are at the Canucks. Wild 4-1-0 on the season. Canucks 3-2-1. Wild -120 on the road. Jets at the Ducks. Jets -145, total of 5.5. And the Canadians are at the Kraken. Kraken off to a slow start, 1-4-1. They are favorites against the Canadians tonight in Seattle. So that is a look at your NHL slate for today, the 26th of October. Let's move quickly to Major League Baseball, where tonight is the World Series. World Series Game 1. It's the Braves. It's the Astros. Astros get home field advantage. How much does that matter? I don't know. Astros are small favorites. Lance McCullers will not pitch in this series. He is not on the roster. It is the Astros -130 today. I like Atlanta. Charlie Morton. Again, starting pitchers don't go for very long in these playoff games anymore. But I like Charlie Morton to grind through a couple innings, several innings. And Atlanta win. I like Atlanta today. I take them as the underdog. Framber Valdez goes for Houston. Back tomorrow with another 7:09 start in the World Series. These games are on Fox. Atlanta at Houston. Game 1 today. Game 2 on Wednesday. 3, 4, and 5 over the weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, PGA Tour real quick. Obviously, no action on a Tuesday, but they are getting ready to go again at the Butterfield Bermuda Championship. That'll take place over the weekend. They're overseas for a couple before they come back to Houston mid-November. All right, and lastly, the MLS. MLS last night was LAFC and Seattle. Did they even play? I don't see a score. No, that's tonight. Excuse me. LAF and Seattle is tonight. So one game in MLS. Tomorrow we got a whole slate of games. We'll get to those tomorrow. That's the USA Wager Sports Brief, folks. I hope you had a great 10 minutes. Thank you for the comments throughout the show and before and after the show. I'm sorry I did not get to them today. I will work on trying to get to some of your comments. Trying to keep it around 10 minutes, trying to give you all the latest in sports from last night and today. That's the USA Wager Sports Brief. I'm your host, Rodney Knuppel. So long for just a while. See everybody tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Central.